Hi guys, this is another video. I'm basically just going to go through some of the materials I've collected for starting my terrain. Again, yeah, it's basically just the idea of this channel is just to show some of my mates back home the hobby that I'm working on, but if anyone else feels inspired by it, then that's great. So I'm just going to go through everything. If it's not relevant to you, whatever, stop watching. But alright, so I'm pretty lucky because I'm live in an apartment building, and the manager of this building is a bloke named Bruce, and he's a bit of a legend. And he always saves scrap bits of wood and stuff that he uses around the apartment building and stuff, and he keeps it all downstairs. It's kind of free for anyone to take. And I found this, just smashing my models I actually broke a piece off my model. That's great. Oh well, I'll glue back on. But yeah, this is pink insulation foam. Extruded foam, a massive sheet of it. It's like 2 feet by 4 feet, I think. So that's absolutely free. I mean, they only cost about $10 a sheet, but that was free, so I'm pretty stoked about that. I got all the wood. This table, that's my hobby table. All this wood I got for free as well downstairs. So I made my own hobby table, and I'm going to be using other scrap pieces like this MDF stuff for bases for my terrain. So if you can, I mean, I'm all about recycling stuff and not wasting if you don't need to. So if you are making your own terrain, do try and find stuff that is otherwise going to be thrown out. If it's perfectly fine to use, obviously if it's rotten and moldy, don't use it on your terrain because that's gross. But if you find perfectly usable stuff, just use it. Just, you know, get that stuff used. I went on a bit of a spending spree today as well down at the hardware store. I mean, some stuff you can't just all get for free, so I mean, things like glue and stuff I'm going to need. But again, offcuts, they had offcuts of wood that I just got for free. A bag of sawdust where they cut the wood for all the customers. They've got this massive bin full of sawdust that they sweep up off the floor, and I said, can I have some? And I just filled up a bag, and that's all free sawdust, so stoked about that. Also got new big tub of PVA glue, some plaster of Paris. This is what I'm going to be mixing up my goop. That's a patent. Apparently, no, not really. It's not really a patent, but the goop that I'm going to be spreading to give texture to all my terrain and my hills and everything like that. And I got just a bit of black paint as well. Also went down to the $2 store. It's called the dollar store here in Canada, but back in Australia it's called the $2 store. But yeah, everything, nothing's actually $2 there. Most things are around $1.25, $1.50, and oh man, I got some crazy stuff there. All of this that I'm about to show you was $1. Some sandpaper, some cork. I use this for the bases of my models. Yeah, I'll show you my, this is my warrior priest from my Empire Army. I use the cork for the bases. So, I mean, that will go through 200 models. That was $1. I got a mouse pad because I got a new mouse today, but that's not for hobby. Extractable knife. What else have we got? Oh yeah, okay, I'll go through this. I've seen a couple of videos for static grass applicators, so that you can, when you sprinkle the static grass on your terrain and miniatures, if you use if you put a static current through it, electrical current, then it makes it stand up really well. So I got one of those electrical fly swatters. I think I need some more stuff for that, and a little metal sieve. I'm just going to use one of them, and that's really cool. I'll put some links in the description for other videos about how to do those, and a bit of wire to connect them. Some plastic cups for mixing goop and mixing paint and stuff like that. New brush, some gloves for spreading the material, some stirring sticks. All these are $1, so I got my hot little pink glue gun here I got from the dollar store. That cost about $4, I think, and I've already started using that for stuff, and that is a genius piece of machinery that you need to get if you're making terrain. Some more glue sticks, they were $1. I got some magnetic sheets that I'm going to be sticking to my movement trays for my army, and then I got some packets of washers that you can just glue into the bottom of the bases of your miniatures, and they'll stick straight onto the movement tray. I'll cover that in another video at some point. Some extra blades for my knife, and these things are cool, little little corn skewers so that when I'm painting up my heels and stuff that's made of polystyrene, I can stick that in and I don't need to get paint all over my hand. Probably not totally necessary, but it was $1, so why not? And oh yeah, so I'm going to be cutting the walls of my buildings out of corrugated cardboard, and so to make sure I get right angles and good lines, again, $1. One of these things is just like a metal ruler, which I'm also going to be using that metal ruler for shaping the hills out of my foam, and it's got that right angle on it, so you can make sure your lines are straight. It's also got a little spirit level in there, but I probably won't be using that. But yeah, heaps of stuff. I'm really stoked to get started. That's just a video on some of the materials I'm going to be using. So stay tuned, guys. See ya.